Unbelievable finish to the Utah Jazz game. I'm Hanson James. This is SLC Dunk Postgame Show. 10 in a row. 10 in a row despite adversity. Despite having officials that obviously had some sort of money on this game, the Jazz overcame it all and win the game again. I'm blown away. This was the third game in 4 nights for the Jazz. They came back and won this one. They were down by like 10 points in the fourth quarter, guys, and they came back and won. This team has more resilience than I ever imagined. Those MVP chants for Donovan Mitchell were earned. Can you believe this? I'm speechless. I mean, not literally, but I was literally almost in tears. I can't believe they won that game. They literally were giving the Spurs points. Derrick Favors blocks Pau Gasol at the rim off just as the ball releases from his hand, and they give them the goaltend. That was ridiculous. That was 2 free points. They're literally giving the Spurs points, and the Jazz overcame it. Ah! I know that. I thought that Ginobili shot was in. I thought so too. Ginobili's crazy good. He drives me insane. Ginobili's so good even at this age, and somehow the Spurs played, really well against us. I know they had a 6th man with a striped shirt in their pocket, but they still found a way to get just points and hit shots. But this was the 3rd game in 4 nights for the Utah Jazz. Their 10th, going for 10 in a row. You knew they wanted this one. They wanted this one bad, and it was just all sorts of adversity for the Jazz. And you know who stepped up? Derrick Favors. Derrick Favors, who we thought might be traded at the trade deadline, came through bigger than anyone on this team. He was humongous. Joe Ingles, who is turning into an absolute superstar. Absolute might be that 3rd piece the Jazz need to go all the way. This team could go all the way eventually. They just got to get the pieces because they got a top 5 coach. They've got the best center in the NBA, and they've got a player in Donovan Mitchell who has a chance to be a top 5 player, MVP candidate. They say to win a championship, you need 2 Hall of Famers and maybe 3. Jazz might have it. If it's not Joe Ingles, they can find someone else, and that other Hall of Famer just might be Quin Snyder. It's incredible. You're not supposed to win games like this if you're not a winning playoff team. You're just not. And the Jazz did. They just found a way to win. Donovan Mitchell is a rookie. Big time shots at the end. He had an off shooting night because it's the 3rd game in 4 nights. But he hit it when it mattered most. When it mattered most. And Royce O'Neal with the play of the game on that defensive stop at the end. That was huge. I've never seen Quin Snyder that pumped up with a single player. Usually it's a clap at the end and he walks off. He was so pumped. Quin wanted it. Quin knew that we were getting jobbed. Like Ryan Russillo said, if you don't agree, well, go read Ryan Russillo, national commentator. He has no horse in this race. The Jazz figured it out. Joe Rossi, yeah, that last half was scary close to going in. It was... Could you imagine if that went in? I think our collective hearts would have shattered. So sick by Eric Hansen. Absolutely. Unreal. Unreal! Johnny Proctor, I admit I gave up on the Jazz when we went down by 10 in the 4th. What a courageous effort. Sorry, the thing chatted up. I thought we were over. I was just getting ready to get depressed that we lost, that the streak was over, but it's not. It's not! And then they get to play the Suns. Guess what else, guys? Because of this, Ricky Rubio got to rest and get that hip healed. The Jazz pulled it out without him. Big time. Jingles has had 24, 23, and 20 as the last 3 games. Stupid camera. Even the camera's against us tonight. Yeah, Joe Ingles is playing just like a monster right now. I don't have anything... I mean, I don't want to go too deep into this game because it was just a phenomenal game. The Jazz were just exhausted and just found a way to get a win. Jay Crowder has fit in seamlessly, and you can just tell that as he learns the system, he's such a system player. It's very obvious, and there's nothing wrong with that. Quin has a great system, and if you're a system player and you hit threes and defend, you can become really good in Quin's system. It becomes simple for you, and that's what Jay Crowder's showing. within Quin's system, he's going to be able to hit threes and guard. I mean, honestly, in Quin's system, you do three things. You shoot the ball, you pass, or you go. There is no hesitation. And when the Jazz right now are doing that, and it's just humming, and Jay Crowder will figure that out. He'll figure it out, and he already is. There's freedom and structure and just very clear, logical, do this, do that. It's not based off of just single players. It's based off of talent and movement and quick decisions. And the Jazz are doing it, and it's humming. Eric Hansen, yeah, I left and drove home when they were down by 10 by the fourth. Yeah, well, hopefully you got back in time to see that ending. Our hearts were all in our throats. My goodness, the Jazz tried to miss a couple free throws, by the way. Oh, if we made a couple more free throws. And then the 2 points that the refs gave the Spurs. And by the way, they had like 2 or 3 fouls that were absolutely just atrocious. Atrocious! So bad, Rodney Mott. Honestly, these refs need to be, when players play bad, they lose and they get cut. Refs need to be the same way. I don't know. I don't know how you fix it, but it's terrible. I rarely complain about the refs, but there were some really bad calls. Also, we got to keep Favors this summer. We might be able to keep Favors. The market is so crazy right now that at times you never know. The market is just shored up. Players are not getting picked up for nothing, and draft picks are just at a premium right now. And bigs are not getting big contracts. Like DeAndre Jordan did not get traded. It just seems like, there might be a market where we get Favors back. Kind of depends on what's available. What I can tell you about Dennis Lindsey, you guys, is that he has so many different routes and game plans that he goes on. And he has a game theory for everything. And he will make the best decision possible for the Jazz. And he has very clear vision of what he wants to pay certain players and what he doesn't. And sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. But, the Jazz will find a way to... if it's to keep Favors at a reasonable price, then they'll keep him. And I think that's very possible. I mean, why not? It's very, very possible. There's a lot of bigs, and there's a lot of bigs in this draft, and there's a lot of bigs out there, and I don't know if Favors is going to want to leave for someone else for when he can get paid the same amount to stay with the Jazz. So who knows? We'll find out. But right now it's a great situation, and we just got to enjoy the now because we're going to make the playoffs soon. It's exciting. The Jazz are above 500. Above 500! Who expected that? Who? Not me. I thought we were in a tank. I thought we were tanking, But no, Rudy Gobert, Derrick Favors, and all these guys are just popping, and it's awesome. I don't know. I can't believe how good the Jazz are, you guys. I can't believe how good Royce O'Neal is. Donovan Mitchell is a superstar and has a chance to just be so good, and we have him for like 7 to 9 years minimum. They're going to be able to give him the superstar max. He's going to be here forever. It's incredible. Rudy Gobert, I mean... he just knew. Remember when Rudy said we will be fine when the Jazz were just down and out? He was right. He knew. Rudy Gobert is an absolute superstar. He's a big part of this. And he gets no advantages from the officials. Just none. He gets elbowed in the face, in the throat, in the chest. He gets shoved on every defensive possession. Watch Rudy Gobert on offense. He literally has the opposing big man, the 4 on the other team, will always hold his arm down. Every single play, and he still finds to work his way through. Rudy is one of the toughest players, underrated toughness I've ever seen. That guy fights through so many things. He's incredible. His fight is just through the roof. And Derrick Favors as well. That guy is just a beast. And tonight he was an absolute beast. That shot, that pass that Ginobili tried to get inside to Gasol, and not only did Derrick Favors stop it, but he palmed it. That's legendary stuff. That's beast mode. Favors is as big a part of this win as Royce O'Neal, as Donovan Mitchell, as Rudy Gobert, as Joe Ingles. Favors just deserves so much credit. David Locke was making fun of Manu and any chance he could get. There goes Manu and the rest of his hairline. Let's not make fun of guys in hairline, guys. Let's not make fun of hairlines, okay? All right, guys. So, like and subscribe this video. Tell me what you loved. Is there anything I missed? Maybe there was something I didn't talk about. Talk about it in the comments. Like and subscribe. You know what? Are you reading slcdunk.com? Because you should be. Go to slcdunk.com. Read all the stuff. It's going to be great. I don't know what to say. I'm still a little... SLC Dunk. Search it on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. The Jazz are awesome. I'll talk to you tomorrow or whenever we play. I guess it's Adam Silver's going to find a way to screw us again. Talk to you later.